Today we're diving into something that's incredibly important, yet often overlooked when we talk about creating a life that we love living, and that's our physical health. Now, I know many of you might be thinking, but isn't creating a life you love all about mindset, dreams, and goals? Well, yes, those are vital, but here's the truth. None of those dreams and goals matter much if you don't have the energy or vitality to pursue them. That's why today I want to share why focusing on your physical health is one of the most essential steps in building the life that you truly love. You see, it's about more than just looking good. Physical health impacts absolutely everything: your mood, your energy levels, your mental clarity, and even how resilient you are when life throws challenges your way. So, welcome back to my channel, and let's start with a powerful truth. Our body and mind are deeply connected. When you neglect your physical health, your mental and emotional well-being suffer too. You see, everything is intertwined. You might be working on improving your mindset, setting goals, visualizing success, but if your body feels tired or sluggish or even sick, it becomes much harder to stay in that empowering mindset and focused and motivated. So here's how it works. When your body is healthy and functioning at its best, your brain receives more oxygen, your hormones are more balanced, and you release endorphins that boost your mood. So that's when you become more focused and less stressed and more creative. All crucial elements in creating the life that you love. Think about a day when you felt physically drained, maybe from a lack of sleep or skipping meals. Did you feel as motivated? Did your goals feel as exciting? Probably not. But when you feel strong, energized, and vibrant, suddenly everything seems possible, right? And don't you just love those days? The days where you're on fire. And for me, those days are plentiful when I've taken care of the whole of me. Now let's talk about how this plays into achieving your dreams, your goals, and your deepest desires. You see, every goal requires energy. Whether you're building a business, growing a career, or deepening your relationships, you need stamina, both mental and physical. And if your body isn't functioning well, you're starting from a place of disadvantage. You're putting yourself on a back foot to begin with. Imagine trying to push yourself through a day full of meetings, family obligations, or personal projects whilst battling low energy, that brain fog, or even physical pain. It's not just hard, it's almost impossible to sustain over the long term. Your body isn't built to operate at full capacity without the fuel and care that it needs. You see, physical health is like the foundation of a house. You can have the most beautiful design in mind for your life, but if the foundations are weak, everything starts to crumble, especially when challenges arise. You see, life isn't just about what we can achieve. And what we're looking at today, we're looking about long-term sustainability. If you want to be at your best physically and mentally for years to come, you have to start taking care of yourself today. So let's explore some practical ways to prioritize your physical health and identify how we can take care of our physical health in a way that supports our dreams, our goals, and our vision. So you don't need to become a fitness fanatic or a marathon runner to experience the benefits. This is all about finding what works for you and incorporating it into your daily life. So here are 5 simple yet effective ways to prioritize your physical health as you build the life that you would absolutely love. So the first one is to move your body every day. This doesn't mean that you need to run long distances or spend hours in the gym. Even small movements, for example, a 10-minute walk, a little bit of yoga, or even dancing in your living room or in your kitchen while you're making the breakfast can make a huge difference. Physical activity boosts your mood, increase your energy levels, and keeps your body strong and flexible. You see, when you feel physically capable, you're more likely to take bold steps in other areas of your life. For me, it's about getting outside in nature, combining movement with some fresh air. It not only helps me to stay fit, but also clears my mind and sparks my creativity. So, what about you? Think about what type of movement excites you and make that part of your routine. There was this one time I was stuck in a serious mental rut, in a mental fog, whilst working on quite a major project. You know, those moments when no matter how hard you try, the ideas just aren't coming through. And I was sitting at my desk and I was getting a little frustrated, staring at the screen, waiting almost for that inspiration to hit. But it didn't. And instead of continuing to push through, I decided to take a break and just go for a 15-minute walk. Nothing major, just a quick walk outside to get some sun on me and also to clear my head. And as soon as I started moving, I felt my mood lift. The fog in my mind began to clear, and by the time I got back home, the ideas were flowing, and I ended up having one of the most productive work sessions I'd had in quite a few days. You see, that's the power of movement. It energizes both your body and your mind. If I hadn't stepped away to get moving, I would have probably spent hours stuck in that mental block. So, next, let's talk about sleep. If you're sacrificing sleep in the name of productivity, I'm here to tell you it's not worth it. Lack of sleep affects your memory, your mood, and decision making, all of which are crucial when you're working towards your goals and dreams. Getting between 7 to 8 hours quality sleep each night allows your body to repair itself and your brain to process information. So you wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Now, if you struggle with sleep, here are a few tips. The first one is to create a bedtime routine. So avoid screens at least an hour before bed and make your sleep environment as comfortable and as calm as possible. Just want to share a very quick personal story about how getting a good night's sleep made a world of difference in my decision making. So, a few months ago, I was facing a significant choice in my own business, and I had to decide whether to invest in something, a new project that could potentially grow my business, but also carried a little bit substantial risk, if you like. And at the time, I was juggling a lot of work and personal commitments and a lack of sleep due to late nights preparing for other things that I'd got on the go. And the level of fact, I was stressed. And the more I thought about the decision, the more overwhelmed I became. I tried analysing from the pros and cons, from the land of the logic, but nothing seemed clear. The lack of sleep clouded my judgment, and I found myself almost leaning toward a rushed decision just to ease the pressure. Now, that night, what I actually did was I made a conscious decision to just sleep on it. I shut down everything, I went to bed early, and I had one of the best night's sleep I'd had in a while. The next morning, I felt totally different. I felt refreshed, I felt clear headed, and suddenly the decision I'd been agonizing over didn't feel anywhere near as big or anywhere near as heavy. I was able to look at it from a more balanced perspective and with that clarity that I realized there were ways to reduce the risk while still moving forward with the project. It was a pivotal moment for my business and for me, reminding me of the value of sleep. Now, if I hadn't taken that night to sleep and rest and reset, I might have made a hasty decision out of frustration and exhaustion. That clarity I gained from being well rested allowed me to avoid a potential costly mistake and make a decision that helped propel my business forward. Now, the next tip is all about eating for energy. You see, your body is fueled by what you eat. So make sure you're giving it the best. Now, I'm not talking about strict diet or calorie counting. I'm talking about nourishing yourself with foods that make you feel energized and strong. Focus on whole foods, for example, fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. You see, when you nourish your body, you're fueling not just your physical energy, but also the mental clarity as well. For me, what this means is planning our meals ahead of time, making sure to have meals that really are nourishing. You see, when I take care of my nutrition, I notice a huge difference in my energy levels throughout the entire day. So I'm less likely to experience that mid-afternoon slump, and I can focus for longer periods of time. Now, stress is one of the biggest obstacles to both physical and mental well-being. And one way to manage stress is through the next tip of movement and breath work. We've already touched on movement, but the movement, it could be things like yoga or deep breathing or even a brisk walk to clear your mind. But movement and breath work together lower your stress hormones and also increase relaxation. So when you're less stressed, you're more focused, you're better equipped to handle whatever life decides to throw at you or in your environment. And here's a simple breathing exercise that you could do. And if you're in a position where you can do it right now, try it. Breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then breathe out slowly like you're breathing through a straw for another 4 counts. You're invited to repeat this a few times and notice how your body starts to relax. Start with just doing this for 1 minute every hour and build up from there. The power of the breath is incredible. And finally, don't forget the basics. Stay hydrated. I know it's simple, though I'm always amazed how many people continue to say, I should drink more water, but never do. Hydration is one of those things that's so simple, yet so easy to overlook. In our busy lives, especially when we're juggling multiple responsibilities, it's easy to forget to drink enough water. We're grabbing coffee in the morning, rushing through meetings, and by the end of the day, we wonder why we're so sluggish. And it happens to the best of us. And I personally learned this the hard way. When I first moved to this region, I didn't realise just how important it was to stay on top of my hydration. It's so hot here at 40 plus degrees Celsius, about 115 degrees Fahrenheit for more than half the year. I didn't realise that if you're not deliberately drinking water and plenty of it, your energy levels crash and you can almost feel it in your ability to focus. I was constantly feeling drained, struggling to concentrate, and also not understanding why. And I thought it was the heat, but it turned out to be more than just the heat. It turned out to be about how little water I was actually drinking. One day I had a particularly packed schedule, meetings, work tasks, and a few personal errands. And by mid-afternoon, I was exhausted and could barely focus on anything. My productivity tanked and I felt irritable and sluggish. And it wasn't until the end of the day that I realised I hadn't had much water at all. I'd been going through coffee and ice drinks, but none of it was properly hydrating me. So I decided to test something. So the next day, I made hydration my priority. From the moment I wake up, I had water with me all the time. So whilst I was working, whilst I was doing errands, even in between meetings, I had water with me. The difference was unbelievable. I was really amazed. I felt more awake, I felt more focused, and I felt energized. My mind was clear, and tasks that seemed overwhelming the day before were suddenly easy to tackle. It was like my brain had been supercharged and the day before had only been operating at 50% capacity without me even knowing it. But once I hydrated properly, I felt unstoppable. And that's when I realised how easy it is to neglect something as simple as drinking water. But once you start making it a habit, you'll notice an immediate improvement in your energy levels and your mental clarity. And trust me, it doesn't need to be anywhere near the temperatures that I live in. Water is essential to our physical and mental well-being, and overall, creating a life that you love. Now, I just want to take a moment to dive deeper into how your physical health affects your emotional and mental well-being. You see, when you're taking care of your body, you're naturally supporting your mental health too. Exercise, proper nutrition, and enough sleep, they all contribute to the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. They're chemicals that help to regulate your mood, reduce stress, and also increase feelings of happiness. It's a powerful feedback loop almost. When you feel good physically, you tend to feel good emotionally and mentally as well. And when you're in that state of emotional balance, you're much more capable of handling life's challenges with grace, ease, and resilience. So instead of feeling overwhelmed, you're able to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. You have the energy to deal with setbacks and the clarity to stay focused on your own goals and dreams. Taking care of your physical health is one of the most profound ways you can show yourself love and respect. It's saying to yourself, I matter enough to take care of this body that carries me through life. It's a form of self care that has far reaching impacts on every other part of your life. When you prioritize your health, you're also letting the universe know that you're serious about living the life that you love. You're creating a strong, vibrant vessel that can carry you through your biggest challenges and help you reach your highest, boldest, and bravest dreams. So, as you continue your journey to create a life you love, don't forget to take care of your physical health. It's the foundation that supports everything else. And when you nurture it, you'll find yourself with more energy, more clarity, and more joy to bring into your world. I hope you feel inspired to look at your physical health in a new way today, as a key piece almost of the puzzle when it comes to building the life that you truly desire. Remember, your body is your greatest ally on this journey. And when you treat it well, it will give back to you in ways you can't even begin to imagine. And if you found value in today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a future video. Also, do feel free to share this with someone who you know will benefit from it. So let's continue creating lives that we truly do love, one step at a time. And until next time, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and keep dreaming.